Hi, I'm Simon Rushton and this is Taxi Chronicles Podcast. On this podcast, we spontaneously interview unsuspecting passengers with their permission, allowing them to share their intimate life stories and concerns. As our slogan states, real riders, real stories. Some riders prefer to be anonymous, while others ask me to tell their story later on. Either way, there are all genuine 5 to 10 minutes stories, so sit back and enjoy this episode. Morning. Yes, we are back with a lady, a rider, all the way from SA. For those who don't know that term, it's South Africa, Cape Town. Her name's Alison and she's been here for a year, so she's still a fresh, or you could say a fresher in university terms. And we're just going to talk about the move. Well, talk about the move from South Africa to here, her expectations. Has London met her expectations? What she sees for the future and the industry she's in. She deals with taking photos. She's got a very big suitcase. But anyway, Alison, nice to have you here.
Thank you, Simon.
Okay. She speaks very timid, so if you're listening, you can't hear, please turn up the volume in that respect. So, what made you move from South Africa to here?
I just wanted a different change of scenery. I think my husband and I made the decision together. I just thought now was the time in our lives to, if we were going to make this decision, we would make it now, sooner rather than later. So yeah, it was just ready to have a change of scenery.
Had you been to London before?
Yes, I had been for about a week before.
So that's a big jump. It's a difference from a holiday to living here. And how have you found it since you've been living here?
It met my expectations in terms of living in a big city. I think I was always fascinated with big city living, and because I grew up in the suburbs of Cape Town, and it's not even really a big city. Like it doesn't really have this kind of transport connection where you can go anywhere and walk anywhere. It's a lot less accessible in some areas if you don't have a car. So I was just fascinated by living in a city which is well connected and fast paced, I guess.
Okay. So social wise, obviously you've been here, probably half of your time here, the last 6 months have been a pandemic. How have you handled that?
I guess positivity is all you really can do. Sometimes it runs out. But
Okay. I think you've been married for long?
Yeah, almost 5 years.
So your marriage is really tested.
It was tested and it's solid, I think.
It's solid, I think.
Yeah.
Let's just pretend you didn't say think, just in case your husband hears this. He'll be looking at you sideways. Okay. So work-wise, you said you was into photography. How's that been going? And what do you take photos of? Nature, people, places?
So I'm not really, by profession, I'm more of a motion graphics designer. But yeah, photography is just one of those things that I do on the side. It's one of my hobbies. So if I get a chance to do it, for work reasons, then I always take that chance.
For those of us who do not know, which is me, what is a motion graphics designer?
It's basically, you get your graphic designers and then you get the people who make the graphics move. It's simple terms, it's an animator.
I like cartoons.
Yeah, but sometimes it's more conceptual, like just using shapes to portray a message or to tell a story. So you could have like two circles twirling around on screen, trying to, and then you can put some text on the screen as well. It's a bit more than just making cartoons. I think cartoons is a lot more specialized, and although I would like to do it, I think I don't have the patience to, make cartoons and make the characters' lips move and do all those facial expressions. I think that's a very specialized profession.
Okay, interesting. So what kind of, give us an example of what kind of work have you done then? Because I'm quite fascinated with what you're talking about. I can't quite get my head around it.
So I create like little messages to help people retain information. So
subliminal messages.
No, not subliminal messages. It's more explicit, I would say.
Where would I see your work or work of that nature?
It's if you were working for any company that needed e-learning content, then you would see our work there. So we do videos for learning purposes mostly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So moving on into sightseeing, you've seen lots of London. You've been to Big Ben, Buckingham Palace, and all of those things.
Yes, I have. I'm still waiting for the scaffolding to come off of Big Ben because I'd like to take a nicer photo of it.
Yeah, it's been on there for about 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, actually the first time I came to the UK or to London was 2017, and by then at that stage Ben was in scaffolding and I was a little disappointed, but now I guess I'll just have to wait.
Yeah, I think that scaffolding spells corruption. Because there's no reason a building should be scaffolded for that long. I don't know what they're doing, but I don't see what. They could have rebuilt the whole place in 5 years.
That's true.
Do you see what I mean?
Maybe I'm becoming a bit skeptical too.
No, it's true though. Think about it. I had a scaffolder yesterday. Interviewed a scaffolder, and we didn't put this bit on the podcast because he's got his investment in the company, but he says when he's dealing with the local authorities and things like that, he's forever paying bribes.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. And he's naming some of them which are well known in the London councils and who he has to give envelopes. He didn't name people, he named things, and he named how they do it and stuff. And if you want the job, you've got to play ball with the person who's thinking. So corruption's rife, and I would argue Big Ben is a sign of, or whatever you want to call it, Queen Elizabeth now, or whatever. There's a sign of that. Even changing the whole name. What was the point of changing the name? Who got paid? Somebody got paid.
Did they change the name?
Yeah, they changed the name from Big Ben.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but people still call it Big Ben because for hundreds of years it's known as Big Ben. I don't know where it derives from for Big Ben, but it is. Mm-hmm. So when you came here in 2017 for your holiday, how was it then? What was it like? It must have been really exciting, really. You're finally getting to see.
It was exciting. I think we had basically been around Europe before that, so we'd been traveling for 30 days. So I found it I was trying to get excited about seeing London. It took a while, but yeah, I really enjoyed it, and I'm really glad that I took the opportunity to see all the sights and just walk around Westminster and yeah.
Is your heritage to England or to Holland?
To England. My father was born here.
Okay, so you've been back to where your father was and all of that? That's the heritage thing? Okay, that's nice. That's nice. Mm-hmm. So what motivates you for the industry you're in?
I think I'm quite lucky because I have a skill set that I get to work on all the time and develop, and it's really up to me to work on that. So we are, in this information age where you can see almost any work, or you can see, if you want to be inspired, you can go look on Instagram or you can go look on Vimeo, and you can see what other people are doing and you can take inspiration from that. And then if you're stuck, there's also a lot of tutorials out there. You can go onto YouTube and people will teach you how to do certain things, how to do certain trends. I think that's what motivates me, is that I'm kind of like in a era that if you don't know the answer, you can go and find it, and you just always have to keep on bettering yourself.
Okay, yeah, that's good. What's the impact you want to have on the world?
I used to, when I was a lot younger, to want to have an impact. I'm not sure. I suppose, from a high level, a good impact, or be like a good citizen, as boring as that sounds. I think we all, as humans, we all have, we're not perfect, and I think we just need, just try to be a decent person. I think that's become my contribution to society. It's not very big, but I think if we all just are a little kinder to each other and a little bit more considerate, I think the world will be a lot better.
Okay. Well, thanks for that. It's been an interesting insight into what it's like living in here. One last question. I always ask this for people who come here to live. Food-wise, how is the British food in comparison to the food in SA?
I prefer, we grew up eating like fish and chips, pies and stuff like that. I mean, it's fine, but I generally, when I'm here, I don't eat British food. I would, in South Africa
so
we
you eat the same British food?
Yeah.
Okay. You really are British, aren't you?
No, well, that was just occasionally. I think, when we eat out, we generally just eat pizza and pasta and any kind of Asian food like curry or sushi. I think, and I think one thing I miss about South Africa and the restaurants is that they always had like great deals, and it was always readily available.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
But there are some great places to eat here. I just need a bit more time to find them.
Yeah. Well, Uber Eats has made it easy, but then you have some other places. But I'm sure, as you said, you will find what you're looking for eventually, and all will be well.
Exactly.
Thanks a lot for that.
No worries. Thank you, Simon.
All right.
We hoped you liked that episode. Keeping in mind, we never know who we're going to interview. We post twice a day, 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. GMT. Have you ever considered the future economies to invest in? Why not listen to our sister podcast, Africa Investor Stories? Considering Africa has the fastest growing economies and population on Earth, and has done for many years, it holds 30% of the world's known natural resources. We publish twice a week, Tuesday with a guest investor, and Fridays talking about investment, politics and history, providing a clear understanding for any potential investor.